Pranam Shri Bhagwan. Whenever miracles happen or good things happen after prayer, we are told that it is because of Lord's grace for your prayer. But when something does not happen, even after sincere prayers, we are told that it is because of karma. Why there is no better explanation when things don't work as per prayers? Kindly clarify. Thank you, Lord.
A very interesting question. So, you must understand that you are not some weak, powerless being. No, you are quite powerful. I have told you several times, your unconscious mind is 2 million times more powerful than the conscious mind. You think it's keeping quiet? It's working all the time. Who do you think is creating the problems for you? Is it God? No. You're unconscious. We have a pandemic. We have a war. We have droughts. We have floods. Earthquakes. Who do you think is creating them? Do you think God is creating it to punish you? No. You're unconscious. At the unconscious level, we have the individual unconscious, which itself is 2 million times more powerful than the conscious mind. And below that, the collective unconscious can manage its power. So it depends upon what you are feeling on the conscious mind. And then that becomes reality. That will make it into reality. It's very, very powerful. So if we are having a pandemic, it might have happened in some lab or something, that's a different story. But ultimately, you made it happen in the collective unconscious. You have an earthquake, who makes it happen? Collective unconscious. A flood or a drought, or even your own actions. It is your individual unconscious. It's not God who is punishing you. It's not God who is making you blind, deaf, or dumb, nothing like that. It's your own unconscious. Even sometimes Moses God. That's what is creating all these problems. And it's very powerful. That's why I say, whatever you want to call God, is omnipresent, omniscient, but not omnipotent. So much power is here. So it can't do everything on its own. There's so much power here. So when we do pray, there are times when whatever we call God is able to interfere and help. There are times, however much you might pray, the unconscious is too powerful, or even whatever we call as God, to be able to penetrate. So your prayers would not get answered. So you must use other techniques and ways to handle the unconscious first, and then prayer could help. So everything is not dependent on the prayer and then God. Your unconscious is, the collective unconscious is very, very powerful. Now, for example, so many of us are like talking about the golden age, 80,000 people. We are silently programming the collective unconscious to give way. But there are some people say, oh, all that will not happen, it will never happen, man can never become enlightened, it will only be destroyed. So they are also feeling, whom we call the black caps. Those who are speaking positively like us, we call ourselves full caps. They were so negative about it. That is only a story, it will never happen, it will be impossible. Man only, evil will only perish. Well, we call them the black caps. So that also is there. We are also there. So we have to see who ultimately wins. So, God is not punishing you at all. That you must be very clear. All that you see here, the terrible suffering, it is caused by the collective unconscious, which itself is influenced by the individual unconscious, which itself is influenced by you, the conscious mind, by your thoughts, words, and deeds. If you're so very negative, from there into the unconscious, from there to the collective unconscious, bang, it happens. That's how all these terrible things are happening. We have tried some experiments, take up some small villages, make them all think positively, speak positively, and work positively. The whole atmosphere has changed. It is possible to change it. Make them do bhajans which are very positive. Then everything changes. But you said you sing some nasty Hindi songs or Tamil songs or whatever language you want, horrible songs. Like for example, the Tamil song, Kolaviri, or that kind of song. What kind of song is that? So you keep singing those kind of idiotic songs. You use all kinds of wrong words. In one particular country, a few years ago, they said punishment if you use a bad word. So the people are using so many bad words. Don't walk on the roads or the town language. The government had to say there's a fine, there's punishment for that. Similarly, we find how people nowadays talk. The words they use, the kind of thought, the examples they give, really terrible. So if you do all that, you are unconscious, so then you can do unconscious, and then things begin to happen. And there is no God punishes. God was there to punish you. God is there only to help you out. That's why we must bring up our children in the proper way, what they speak, what they do, how they function. But given the social media and the YouTube and all these things, what can we do? You don't need a nuclear war. You do not need AI to destroy you. You're already on a path of destruction. The social media is enough for all the nonsense and the rubbish. Of course, the good things also. But the nonsense is far more. So we are already on the road to doom.
Next question, Bhagwan. Dear Shri Bhagwan, sometimes I celebrate everything as mine. Sometimes I keep watching. Sometimes it very subtle. Sometimes I feel I am one with compassion. Sometimes there is deep silence. Why these fluctuations?
Oh, whatever you say, that is most wonderful. And that is how it is. Everybody else, that is how it will be. As I tell you, it's a process. So this will become that will become this. Keep on changing. It's not static. Nothing is static in the universe. So these states will come and go. This will become the other, that will become the state. It's always this movement. So what is happening to you is not perfect. The problem seems to be with you. That's how it should be. And then the beauty of it. So one cannot see anything wrong with it.
Thank you, Bhagwan. Next question, Bhagwan. Dear Shri Bhagwan, why is negative energy acts fast and in quick time, whereas positive energy takes long time to act?
Sometimes you go on the YouTube, people come and show me. There's something about the M&M class. A little bit somebody has recorded and posted there what I have spoken. And you find views will be 60 views, 70 views or 30 views. There will be something, Kalki Bhavan up front, 8,000 views. So that is very interesting. Kalki Bhavan up front, 8,000 views. What is written there is completely a lie, a total lie. And if you have 8,000 views, no matter for 4 days, and there are negatives, 50,000 views. The highest the teaching age is 6,000 or 4,000 views after 1 year or 2 years. Nobody is interested in anything positive. They become so negative that they are not at all interested. Something negative. Whether it's true or not, also they are not bothered. Income tax rate of Kalki Bhavan, 3,000 crores. Where was the 3,000 crores? It was the region. And you believe over 3,000 crores. Wow. There are all kinds of thoughts and imagination and discussion on that, and so many views on that. I'm not teaching 30 people, 60 people, 90 people, 100 people. Very 8,000 years. Nobody bothered. But he is having 3,000 crores of black money. As a really everybody. 3,000 crores. As income tax department real estate 3,000 crores. The media has grown, of course. Put a lot of pictures. Pictures not taken here, somebody's pictures. Earlier, one channel, the famous channel, used to show name on and will show some cool sounds and will show blood. Who's the blood? They show names on the road.
Hey, Amma,
Show blood from somewhere on the roads and name was shown. That was shown. And people thought, yes, some murder has happened there. Otherwise, why are there pools of blood? And there are thousands of views for that. Not a drop of blood was nothing ever happened. That is the social media. And of course, many television channels also. So this is very attractive to people. Definitely, Bhagwan has committed murder. But they will not follow it up as saying, if you committed murder, why you not in jail? Why have the police not arrested? That they will not talk about. Famous channel, how can it be hot? So blood there. And all the same music. Any music there. That's how the media goes. Go on talking whatever you like. Whatever. That people are so keen. Thankyou Bhagwan's committed murder. He thought so. Being a guru, he has to commit murder. Being a spiritual person, he has to commit murder. How else would it be? 3,000 crores, we thought so. That he must have 3,000 crores. I don't know why they thought that he had 3,000 crores. So, basically, whatever money was found, the foreign currency belonged to the Chinese people, not the Indians. For the Chinese, only one thing is important: Okubadi. At the same time, no? That's what is important to Chinese people. Since we do not take that money, they will come and they will go in their mom. And they'll go further. It's very important to be the Okubadi.
దారం కట్టి
That was the proof which we gave. And still, it shows the date also. There's still time to submit those things to the government. It was well within the time limit.
అక్కడ దారం
That's why we do not get into a problem with the government. Because there's exact proof that we are well within those 90 days. That was trying to account for it.
అలకరిస్తున్నాడు
And
ఎవరు
we were not there. They were coming and going, they were going. Not even Indian money. That's what
ఈ
money
మధ్య
came.
విని చూసుకుంటా
So who's
మాట్లాడుతున్నాడు
bothered to look into all these things? Oh, foreign currency got. What is the foreign currency now? Why it comes down? The attribute of the foreign currency there.
ఒక డబ్బు ఉంటుంది
People will not look into all this. But this is got a lot of views. So much of views. Not even thinking, why will they give foreigners come and give money? What is the reason behind it? And when I submit to the Indian government must be happy so much of foreign currency earned for India. India is not that much after a claim. So people are so keen on negative things. Thankyou was the miracle there. Oh man, this fraud. You see, they must have some pipe behind the stream of things pouring honey from there.
ఒరే బట్టమ్మ పెట్టకరా నోట్లే
Thankyou must have dressed up himself and appeared there like that.
అగో నేను నిన్ను చూస్తున్నాయి
So
దేవంటున్నాయి
the human mind is very tuned for negative things. That's what people love to hear, they want to hear. I think positive is not at all interesting for them. One very, very famous atheist of India, he went to his friend's house, who happens to be a devotee. In front of his eyes, he saw banana coming out of Bhagwan. In front of his eyes. For about a month he went. He found banana coming, honey coming, he himself ate. Everything he saw. But he happens to be India's very famous atheist. And finally the media caught it. No such thing ever happened. I did not go. I did not see. All that is all wrong propaganda. The famous atheist. That is so much for his integrity. People know he's atheist. He was a very integral person. But what is this? So there's no use blaming him. But blame the people who go and look into those things and believe it to be true. So that being the case, that's why it's so difficult to get people to transform them. People are downright, they've been polluted. What to do? One person comes and tells me in those days, "Oh, actually, I saw you in jail." One lady from Chennai. So I thought must be somebody in jail who looks like me. Because I have never gone to jail. So, but she said, "No, I saw you, seen you in jail." That decent middle-aged woman. But actually, at least some hallucination, something was there. So, people got the negativity. You can't help it. It will be so. We have to manage all that. Next question, please.
Thank you, Bhagwan. Shri Bhagwan says there is no space or time. Could Shri Bhagwan help us to understand this?
This again could be answered from several levels of consciousness. From certain levels, it will be impossible to talk to you, at least at this stage. But I will try to talk to you from a particular level which can help you to understand. Now, first of all, we think that we do not distinguish between the brain and the mind. We think the brain only is responsible for the mind, but they're totally different. The brain is localized, the mind is everywhere. Now, what does the brain do? The brain filters in the data, does some modifications to it, and it gives it to you as thought. But now, suppose you're watching television, the television transmitting station is somewhere. That is transmitting. The set is merely receiving it and then converting it back into audio and video for you. Similarly, the brain is doing such a thing, but the mind is everywhere. Now, the mind being everywhere, let us say you are there, you activated anti very powerfully in you, then you just say, I want to be in New York. Next moment, you will be in New York. No time will be taken and no space is involved in travel. Because the mind being everywhere, the mind is deactivated here in this particular point and is activated there in New York. That's when you experience New York. You are in New York. There is no point of travel, no space is involved. And since no travel is involved, no time is involved. Bang, you are in New York. Not only New York, leave alone. You can say some other galaxy, out of the galaxy. You want to go, yes, instantaneously. You've done these things earlier on, but later on, as we begin to focus more and more on enlightenment, we shut down these activities. So the mind is everywhere. So there is space, there is time involved there. It's not there at all. There's no space, there's no time. That's an illusion being created by the brain. Mind itself is beyond space and time. Okay then.
Thank you, Bhagwan. Now we have one more similar question, Bhagwan. Dear Shri Bhagwan, on 7th of March 2023, you have said that India would become Vishwaguru by 2027. How would this happen?
I think I answered that question.
Yes, Bhagwan. Yes, Bhagwan.
I think you asked.
I'll go to this next question, Bhagwan. Thank you, Bhagwan. Dear Shri Bhagwan, when we receive Mukti Diksha, how does it impact our karma and would it lead to Sampurna Karma Vimochana?
Some people seem to have this funny idea that once you become Mukta, you free of all your karma. Not at all. Karma will be there. How the karma affects you from the point of suffering, that would change. There is no suffering now. Once you become Mukta, you do not suffer. But then karma will not go away. Take Ramana Maharshi, fully enlightened. The thief came into the ashram and broke his leg. Now he's still limping, no? Because his leg was broken. By a thief. That too after his enlightenment. The karma did not go. He came there and his leg was broken. And he himself had cancer. Terrible cancer. But there was no suffering in him. Physical suffering was there. Not psychological suffering. Happiness was there. That wasn't there for him. So karma did not leave him. You can take Ramakrishna Paramsa. All there. You can take Sri Aurobindo. Anybody you could take. You cannot escape karma. There's some wrong idea that you will become a mukta and you will become free of karma. Not at all. I have seen really like people complete beggars. Lots of fully enlightened people, very, very wealthy. That also is there, this also is there. So the karma, that man's karma was that was getting so much of wealth, was pouring in. This man was a beggar, and he was living in a very famous Shisha tree. So you should give the strange idea that you become a Upa and you know your karma, not at all. Karma, it is there. And karma, your ancestors' karma, your ancestors' karma, your country karma, your caste karma, all your professional karma. What was your butcher? You have special karma for that. Or your great grandfather was a butcher, you have the karma. All that, how could you be free? You could not be free of those things. That will be there. And was your country going for wars and killing a lot of people? That karma comes to you also. And what you did to nature, did you cut down a lot of trees and burn down forests? Yes, that is your country's karma. Will come to you. Or you belong to a community which goes on destroying things, this and that. That karma comes to you. Your family keeps on fooling people, and that karma comes to you. Nobody can escape karma. It is just like some law of science, that's all. So you have to give this idea that you all karma, for karma to go, a certain kinds of 64 varieties of karma, if you do something else, then of course the karma might become ineffective. Like many years ago, somebody came to me and said, doctors tell that my son will become blind in the next few weeks. But there's no modern medicine to help him. So he being very rich, we told him, we'll cut down more details, to go into all eye hospitals in that particular state and clear all the bills of every patient in every eye hospital. He was so rich. He did it, and the boy became all right. Died quite recently only. The scientists fully there. So that way, we can do some things. We have the money to give it off. This can be done for many kinds of karma. Certain kinds of karma, nothing can be done. You can become enlightened, but you cannot be free of that karma. If you are destined to be a beggar, you will be a beggar but enlightened. You will have your leg broken even though you are enlightened. You will have cancer even though you are enlightened. You will escape from that. If you want to escape your cancer, if there is something to do, you could do. Then escape that.
Thank you.